Good morning. This is Samuel Jacob Kirchner, voice of the Breeze, welcoming you to our Saturday morning live stream meditation. This is one of the busiest weekends, Memorial Day weekend. Everybody's got a lot of plans to try and enjoy it the best way they can. And traditionally, in my time in New York, I've always had something interesting happening around Memorial Day weekend. Whether it was some new love or saying goodbye to an old love and some kind of a renaissance in my experience. So yesterday I had mainly some plans this weekend to celebrate my best friend, Gail, um, whose birthday it is on Sunday, but we usually start the festivities a couple of days earlier. So we were going to spend some time together and go out of town. We've actually ventured into several states. Um, and then, as usual, we leave it to the last moment and decide where to go in the moment. So yesterday, I had some plans to meet with Gail in the evening. During the day, though, I have experienced sort of like a moment in the afternoon, a moment that I call a moment of feeling lost. It's sort of like a feeling that hovers over me that I don't know what to do with myself. It's as if I have no compass. I have no, I don't know which direction to go. It's an anxiety. It feels it's not a nice feeling. It's kind of feeling lost. And I remember it since I was a child. Um, I would go to my mother and say to her, "What shall I do with myself? I don't know what to do with myself." And I was in pain about it, and she didn't like that question. She usually used to give me some sarcastic answer about it. What do you mean you don't know what to do with yourself? Uh, Today I've learned that it's a feeling that may have something to do with my existential trauma, yada yada yada, all of that. But it's a feeling of unease, uh, some undercurrent anxiety, and really sort of like a feeling of being lost. And I've learned over the years of my practice meditation to really try and slow down and pay attention to it and open my heart to it and breathe love into it. Uh, and then it subsides, and somehow I know what to do without knowing. I'm just finding myself doing. So that's how it was yesterday. I went and sat in the park, and it was kind of like early afternoon. It's a lovely, lovely day. And I sat in the park and I listened. I just received a video of Eckhart Tolle speaking about the present moment. I think it's a recent video, part of his program online right now. And it was so beautiful. It was such a wonderful reminder. In 10 minutes, I was reminded about the power of the present moment and that in the present moment, there is we really connect it to the present moment, there's no agitation, there's no, you don't feel ill at ease. And I really started also to do my work, to open my heart, to have compassion for myself for being in this state, and then to breathe with ease, and and then to follow my inner guidance, to follow my inner voice of ease, which I feel is the voice of my soul. And once I started to follow the voice of ease, I found myself, it's sort of like a state, it's very gentle. And there's no anxiety, there's no struggle, there's no trying too hard to figure anything out. It's definitely not the voice of the head. It's something more, it feels like it comes from the lower part, like the diaphragm, the heart, the belly. And it's gentle and kind of like pure, and it's not complicated. So I just found myself walking. I was walking downtown, and as I was walking downtown, everything seemed to come together. My friend called me. We made an appointment to meet at 6 in the evening, not knowing where we're going. And I found myself walking down the village and getting a falafel sandwich and then going to the gym. It was all done though in a very, very nice pace. The pace of the breath, the rhythm of the heart, the ease of the soul, um, the power of now. And then when I met my friend at around 6 o'clock, we weighed a couple of possibilities and decided to go to New Jersey. And we went to New Jersey, to Fort Lee, to one of our favorite Turkish restaurants that we go to for 15 years now. Um, very homey Turkish restaurant, uh, run by a lady, very, very nice lady. And we just had such a wonderful time. We were singing in the car. We were not even talking all that much, being quiet, just feeling in this flow, in this beautiful flow of the present. And I mean, there's, I don't know any feeling better than that. There is no worry. That worry, that that heady worry, that's broadcasting, sort of like gloomy, doomy, future anticipations. Eh, oh my God, to live without that is such a joy, such a gift. Um, it's even at times I think of it as a bullying voice. I found myself saying yesterday at a session I had with a client, um, "Can you please stop bullying yourself?" And she was really startled by that request, and she said, "Nobody's ever said that to me." And I said, "Well, I'm saying it to you because I am very familiar with that voice. It camouflages itself as a voice of care and concern and worry, good for you. But it's really, it has an element of bullying. And I think it's good to call it by that name because, uh, it's a voice, it has all the reasons to be like that. It's a voice that comes from the past, from traumatic events that happened in the past and that made us mistrust life, disconnect from life, and worry about the danger, the imminent danger that life is. I find often that one of my concerns about this administration is that it's so fueled by that kind of tenor, of like, make America great, and all these messages, and in the underlying condemnation and criticism, and it's so ego. It's not pretty. It's not nice. It's not graceful. Doesn't work. Who wants to live under the gun? Not me. Really, not me. And you have to kind of come to a place in which you recognize that you can't believe these negative voices, especially if you're of a certain age in which you have lived with these voices forever, and none of what they say has really come true. I mean, my my voice, my bullying voice, threatens me much less now, but it's on automatic pilot. It looks at the worst case scenario. And it really never happens like that. And so why live like that? Why do it to yourself? But I guess everyone has to come to that place in which you just decide that you're not going to treat yourself in that way any longer. And you welcome any reminders. You welcome being held accountable to not treat yourself like this and project all that negativity out onto the world and to other people without really knowing it. It's so unconscious, and it's so the human condition. And I mean, I'm very passionate about it because that voice, that state, almost killed me a couple of times. And actually, at times, I suggested that I kill myself because things were so awful. They're really awful inside of me, inside of my own head, not really out there. To make that balance, I mean, we don't need to be Pollyannas when when you see danger, when you see meanness, and when you see bullying, um, when you sense, injustice. Absolutely, it's good to acknowledge it and to be alert about it, but not to take it on, not to also react to it in a way in which you become part of it, of it. That's why I so believe in breathing love and reminding yourself, if you believe that, and I do, that you're coming from love, that you are going to love, and you are love. That's who you are. And when else are you going to need to remind yourself that you are love, that you're coming from love, and you're going to love, when you are coming from fear and going to dread and feeling that you are a piece of nothing, helpless, powerless victim? That's the time to be the artist of living, to transform fear to love, anxiety to ease, uh, stress to breath. That's the time. So, I am right now at the last stages of creating this program, which I am looking as a life way, uh, as an undertaking of living like an artist of living, uh, being the one you've been waiting for, uh, coming from love, going to love, being love, uh, now, moment by moment, breath by breath, and being held accountable. And being held accountable is a tall order. Um, it means a couple of things. It's external and internal. I have an app right now that once an hour reminds me that I am love, and that I can take a breath right now and connect to life rather than be in my head and think about life and worry about life and make up doomy and gloomy imaginings about the future and live as if the future is now. So being held accountable means that really commit yourself to, it's very hard to do this by yourself because there are so many distractions and so many elements that we have been raised with that are, running our brain, the left brain, and very negative and so secreting adrenaline, cortisol, and, you know, uh, being triggered into this state of agitation and emergency and, like something horrible is going to happen. And we got to work with that. And the good news about it is it sounds like a lot of work. It's mostly internal work. It's work of awareness and awakening. And we need reminders. It's very hard to do that alone. And the program that I'm creating now, Artists of Living, is will include those kind of reminders um, that, of course, you have to agree to be reminded, to be held accountable. Just like an alcoholic, I love the model of addiction, one day at a time. You have to be reminded, you have to use the support and help of a community, your higher power, to be reminded who you are and not be on automatic pilot in the mode of who you are not. Um, and the good news about it all is that it can be done in a sacred celebration. That this is not something that one has to undertake yet as another chore, another burden, another thing that I have to erase on my check in my to-do list. It's a way of life. It's a way of celebrating who you are, um, keeping it light and fun and creative. And with music, that's why I'm talking right now with a soundtrack in the background, which reminds me to be in the rhythm of the breath and the pace of the breath, the rhythm of the heart, the ease of the soul, the power of now. Yeah, so maybe a little meditation to breathe love and to remember who we are. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you won't be interrupted for the next 12 minutes. Feel the air brushing your nose as you breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in on the higher chime, breathing out on the lower chime. notice tightness or struggle in your breathing. Breathe love. Find refuge in your breath. Where do you feel the tight places in your body? Connect the breath to the tight places in your body and let it relax you. Shake like a hummingbird and awake. Breathe with ease. Let the pulsation of your breath turn into a micro movement, shaking from the inside out. Connect your breathing and shaking to the music. Shake out your stress, anxiety, and negative feelings through your fingers, toes, ankles, and wrists. Shake from the core. Breathe love. Find refuge in the breath. Flow like a river and let go. Let your body spontaneously move and flow from the ease of your breath and the music. Try not to control it. Just let your body move as it wishes, stretching and enjoying the freedom of moving and breathing from the core. Breathe love. Find refuge in the breath. Stand like a tree and make space with your knees bent and your feet planted firmly in the floor, shoulder width apart. Hold your arms in a circle in front of you, like branches being held by the trunk of a tree. To endure any challenges that come up, breathe into and soften your grip in tight areas and make space. Open your heart to your challenges and empower yourself by returning to the breath in the moment, standing in your core. Breathe, love, find refuge in your breath. Walk like an elephant with grace, with your right hand resting on your heart and your left hand resting on your belly. Take each step and connect it to the music and to the breath in the earth. Find your authentic pace and walk peacefully and with grace, following the pulsation of your heart. Walk from your core. Breathe, love, find refuge in the breath. Dance like a breeze. Celebrate with confidence and ease. Trust and become the breath. Lighten up. Celebrate your life now. Dance from the core. refuge in the breath. If you'd like some more information about the Breeze and Breathing Love and Artists of Living, you can go to my website, thebreeze.com, Breaze. This is Samuel Jacob Kirshner wishing you a day filled with joy, oxygen, and ease. Until next time.